What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? And today's video is going to be a one from every team, and today we are going to be discussing what I think is going to be the most exciting player for each team this season, in my opinion. So yeah, we're going to talk about every single team today. I'm going to tell you who I think will be the most exciting player to watch this season. You guys will probably have a different opinion. So in the comment section below, give me your top 5 most anticipated players to watch in this upcoming NBA season. If you want to see more one from every team, let me know in the comment section below. It could either be one breakout player from every team, one player that could regress the most, one player that could get traded the most. Just let me know in the comment section below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so the way we're going to do this, we're going to go alphabetical order from the NBA city. So we are going to start off with the Atlanta Hawks. And my most anticipated player to watch this year for the Atlanta Hawks has got to be the sophomore season of Trae Young. Trae Young had a rocky start to his rookie year in 2018, but he picked it up post-December and ended up second in the Rookie of the Year voting. He was one of the more prolific passers in the league last year. He'll have a couple more pieces to build around with this year with the new additions of Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter. We all know he does have Kevin Huerter and John Collins still. They're going to be fun to watch. They're going to be one of the more exciting young cores in the league, and Trae Young is going to be my most anticipated player to watch for the Atlanta Hawks this season. Moving on to the Boston Celtics is going to be Jason Tatum. Now, in Jason Tatum's rookie year, it was all highs, top of the world. Everyone said that he was the best player from the 2017 draft class as he helped the Celtics go to the Eastern Conference Finals with no Kyrie Irving and no Gordon Hayward. Sophomore season, though, was definitely a step back in terms of just overall progression for Jason Tatum, but he's still one of the more efficient young players in the league. And I think with Kyrie Irving leaving, hopefully the offense can revolve around Tatum a little bit more this year, and he'll come in as my Boston pick. Brooklyn's pick gotta be Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving will actually have a chance to maybe compete for an MVP award this year if the Nets were to be a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, which is definitely doable for the Nets this year, because once you get out of Philly and Milwaukee, it's kind of wide open. But yeah, Kevin Durant won't be back this season. Kyrie Irving, he's going to be very exciting to watch in a new team this year, in a new city, and he'll be my Brooklyn pick. Now for Charlotte, it's kind of hard because the Charlotte Hornets might be the least entertaining to watch team this season, but my pick is going to be Miles Bridges in his sophomore season. Bridges as a rookie didn't show much right away in the NBA, but his athleticism definitely sticks out. Now, if he can maybe take more than 10 shots a game this year, be the number 2 scoring option behind Terry Rozier, he can have me tune into maybe 5 Hornets games this year. For the Chicago Bulls, my pick is going to be Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen has a lot of potential in him in his first 2 years in the NBA. He kind of goes under the radar a little bit when people are talking the best players from the 2017 draft class, but I think he has to be right up there with Mitchell and Jason Tatum and De'Aaron Fox. I think if Jim Boylan can use Markkanen correctly this year, I honestly think he could be an all-star in the Eastern Conference and help the Bulls reach the playoffs for the first time since 2016-17, I believe. Whatever year they had Rajon Rondo. But yeah, I think if Lauri Markkanen can get his efficiency up from downtown, if he can improve somewhat as a rim-protecting big man, or just better on the perimeter as a big man, or at least handling the pick and rolls, I think he will become possibly an all-star this season. That is a bold prediction by me. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, this team also doesn't have a lot of exciting players to watch this year. Yes, Kevin Love is up there, obviously, but Kevin Love is on the downhill or on the down spiral of his career. So my pick is going to be Darius Garland, the rookie number 5 overall pick. It's going to be very interesting to see how him and Colin Sexton coexist in that backcourt this year. I hope we see a lot of playing time with them on the court together, and it's not one's the point guard for one unit, one's the point guard for the other unit. We'll see how the rookie head coach can allocate those minutes. But yeah, we didn't get to see a lot of Darius Garland at Vanderbilt, so it's going to be very intriguing to see how he adapts to the NBA. For the Dallas Mavericks, this is going to be actually my first out of a couple duo selections, and it's going to be the duo of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. The reasons for Luka, it's Luka Doncic. He had probably one of the more better rookie seasons we've seen in a little bit, and yeah, he's just proving that he could be one of the better players in the NBA, and he's nowhere near one of the more athletic players in the NBA. He's just crafty with his ball handling. He's smart already for someone that was just a rookie last year, and yeah, I think he's going to develop even more this year. And for Kristaps Porzingis, we haven't seen him in about a year and a half. He played all right in his first preseason game back. Second game, not as much, but we'll see what he can do in a full 82-game season again. For Denver, Nikola Jokic is the dude. I love watching Jamal Murray play, actually, but I just want to see Jokic keep developing as one of the best players in the NBA. His play style is so unique as a passing big man who can also shoot the ball, who's actually improving as a defender each year and getting smarter on that side of the ball. And I think Nikola Jokic does have a good shot at leading the Denver Nuggets to a top 2 seed in the Western Conference this year. For the Detroit Pistons, this team also doesn't have that many exciting players this year, as Sekou Doumbia will probably be more of a project. He won't be that contributional right away. So my pick is going to be Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin kind of revolutionized this game last year as adapting to the three-point line in which the NBA is going, and I think we aren't going to get that many more years of prime Blake Griffin, so I'll definitely be tuning in this year to see Blake Griffin have arguably another top 10 season this year, because his season last year was arguably one of the best seasons we've seen, best seasons we saw from a player in last year's season. Moving over to the Golden State Warriors, this one, it could be a duo. Steph Curry, obviously. It's always exciting to watch Steph Curry every year, but this one's going to be D'Angelo Russell, who was technically traded to the Golden State Warriors in the offseason for Kevin Durant in the sign and trade. We'll see how Steve Kerr implements D'Angelo Russell into this offense. Will he try to take over as the Klay Thompson role, or will he just have a completely new role that we haven't seen yet in this high-tempo Golden State Warrior offense? I'm hoping he can have a replicate season of the 2018-19 Brooklyn Nets season he had, but we'll see. It's a big city. It's a huge change. We'll see how he does. Moving on to Houston, it's Russell Westbrook. I'm just excited to see Russell Westbrook and James Harden play together once again, as we haven't seen them play together in over a half a decade. Russell Westbrook, one of the more exciting players in the NBA in general. He's still super athletic. We'll see if his injuries take a toll on him this year. He's been having a lot of knee surgeries over the year, or just lower body injuries, which result into surgeries in the offseason. I'm just hoping we can get one full year of just unstoppable offensive James Harden and complete beast mode Russell Westbrook. For the Indiana Pacers, I don't think we will see Victor Oladipo to start the season, so my pick is going to be Miles Turner. Now, Miles Turner kind of solidified himself as arguably the best shot blocker in the league last year. He got snubbed, unfortunately, on the all-defensive teams because that format is very flawed. We'll see what we can do this year with Domantas Sabonis. I don't know if the Pacers will end up trading one of them. It'll probably be Sabonis if that does happen. But I'm excited to see him and Malcolm Brogdon defend the pick and roll. And then when Oladipo comes back, that team might be arguably the best defensive team in the NBA, or at least in the Eastern Conference. Starting with our first LA team, we have the Los Angeles Clippers, and it's going to be one of their new acquisitions from the offseason, Kawhi Leonard. I want to see if Kawhi can bounce back off his all-time peak season last year. Maybe not statistically, but just all around, where he obviously led the Toronto Raptors to the NBA Finals and obviously won the NBA championship. He had an insane statistical season. He was, I believe, in top 10 in MVP voting. He might have been even top 5. I want to see how he does in LA this year. Are we going to see a lot more load management? Hope not. I don't think we will. But yeah, Kawhi Leonard is going to come in for my Clippers pick. For my Lakers pick, it's going to be their big trade acquisition in the offseason, and that is going to be Anthony Davis. I want to see how Anthony Davis and LeBron James can just coexist on the floor in crunch time minutes. They're going to be very scary on the offensive end, especially in the pick and roll scenario, and Anthony Davis, I just want to see another full year of him. He's just one of the better players in the NBA. He is, I think, a top 5 talent. We'll see this year if he can solidify himself as a top 5 player, because I don't think we'll have any off-the-court issues this year like we did last year with the Pelicans. But yeah, Anthony Davis is my Lakers pick. Now for the Grizzlies, this is a duo. I'm very, very, very intrigued to see how the duo of Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. will do this year. They were obviously their two vocal points, future franchise pieces there in Memphis, and I want to see how they just coexist this year. Either it's on the offensive end, I want to see them in transition together. I want to see them in the pick and roll and the pick and pop, just setting screens for each other. And on the defensive side of things, we all know Jaren Jackson Jr. is a great defender, at least as he was in his rookie year. We'll see how Ja Morant develops to the NBA level. And yeah, Memphis is starting to get exciting again. For the Miami Heat, it is also another duo, and it's going to be Bam Adebayo, who I think will take a huge jump this year. I kind of thought he would be in my most improved player. I thought he would be my most improved player pick, but it actually ended up being somebody else, say, later on this list. But yeah, I think Bam will take a next step this year. I hope he could develop a jump shot this year. Maybe. We'll see. Or if he could just get a little bit better. And then the other Miami Heat player is Tyler Herro. He killed it in the Summer League. He's been playing very well in the preseason. A lot of people are comparing him already to Devin Booker. Now, I'm not going to go that far and say that already, but yeah, I want to see some Tyler Hero this year. For the Milwaukee Bucks, it's the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Really self-explanatory there. It's freaking Giannis. He's so exciting to watch day in and day out. He's not the person that's going to hit 7 threes a game, attempt 10 plus. He's just going to kill you inside the paint. He's just one of the best post scorers in the league this year. He's so physical. He's so athletic. He's such a great defender. I honestly think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year, but they weren't going to give MVP and DPOY to the same player. But yeah, when I'm tuning into Milwaukee games this year, I'm going to be very focused on Giannis, of course. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns. This was obviously probably going to be everybody's pick for most exciting player to see when you're watching the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's by far their best player. He's a top 20 player in the NBA. We all want to see if Cat can go to the next level. Either it's defensively, either it's just taking over on the offensive end completely, and maybe can bring Minnesota to a playoff appearance. We'll see. But Cat is just getting better as he's getting older, and he's truly, I think, an underrated player in the NBA. For the Pelicans, it is going to be, obviously, Zion Williamson. The dude has been playing out of his mind in the preseason. He honestly kind of dominated two-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner Rudy Gobert the other night. And if that's going to be signs what's to come this year for this year, yeah, a lot of teams are not going to be able to defend Zion Williamson in the paint. For the Knicks, it's 2 players. It is going to be Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett. Now, for Mitchell Robinson, he had an incredible second half last year when the Knicks ended up buying out Enes Kanter, and DeAndre Jordan really didn't play that many minutes for them in the second half, as Mitchell Robinson, he could be one of the best shot blockers in the league this year. He's incredibly efficient in the paint. And for RJ Barrett, obviously a top 5 pick this year in the 2019 draft. He's looked pretty well in both the summer league and the preseason, and I'm hoping David Fizdale doesn't mess up these rotations and we get to see these two on the floor together for a lot of minutes next year. For the OKC Thunder, it's been a player that's been killing it in the preseason, and that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Alexander came over in the Paul George trade. He's looked very explosive so far. We'll see if he's going to play more point guard or shooting guard this year, if he'll have the ball in his hands or he'll be going off ball more, because he does play on the same team as Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder. A couple true point guards. Well, maybe Schroeder not as much, but obviously Chris Paul. But we'll see if Alexander can get his 3-point percentage up from his rookie year and can improve as a player overall, because we still know he is a great defender for a rookie. So we'll see if that keeps improving as his NBA career goes on. Coming with my Orlando Magic pick is my most improved player pick, and that was Jonathan Isaac. I don't know if it's the similarities to Pascal Siakam. I don't think he'll be as good on the offensive end, but I think Isaac can improve a lot as a defender this year if he can shoot above league average, maybe around 35 to 40% from 3, play incredible defense, maybe average north of 12, 13 points a game. I don't know if he'll be a for sure most improved player pick, but I think he'll definitely be in the conversation come the end of 2019-2020. For the 76ers, it's got to be Ben Simmons. Now, Ben Simmons finally hit a 3. It was in the preseason. It was wet, but his jumper still looks really awkward. But jumper or not, 3-point shooting or not, Ben Simmons is still one of the more impactful players in the NBA. Either it's on his defense, his playmaking, his passing, his rebounding, his screen setting. He's just an incredible player, and he's still so young. I think personally he'll be a top 5 player in the league in about 5 years. And if he develops a jump shot this year, if he could shoot above just 25% from 3, the Sixers are going to be scary. Now, this team finally got a true point guard in the offseason, the Phoenix Suns, as they acquired Ricky Rubio. He's not my pick, though. It is going to be the number 1 overall pick from the 2018 draft, DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton played with a plethora of point guards last year. Either it was Eli Okabo, either it was Devin Booker. It just really didn't work out for them last year, but now they have a true point guard who knows how to handle the pick and roll, who knows how to feed DeAndre Ayton in the post when he needs to, because he didn't get the ball enough last year. And I think DeAndre Ayton is actually going to put the league quote-unquote on notice, even though a lot of people know who he is. I just think he kind of got swept under the rug with the incredible rookie seasons by Trae Young and Luka Doncic, but I think DeAndre Ayton will have an insane sophomore season. For the Portland Trailblazers, it's Damian Lillard, it's Logo Lillard. I want to see if he can pick up where he left off in the 2019 playoffs. He does have a better team, I believe, around him. We'll probably see Nurkic miss the start of the NBA season, but they did acquire Hassan Whiteside, they acquired Nasir Little, they acquired Ken Bazemore. I want to see if Lillard can take this team to the playoffs once again after being doubted in the preseason power rankings, as a lot of people don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I want to see how Lillard responds to that. For the Sacramento Kings, it's going to be Buddy Hield. Now, I feel like Buddy Hield's season last year went very under the radar, as he might have been the best shooter in the league last year. off pure numbers alone. Obviously, Steph Curry, obviously Klay Thompson are always going to be in that conversation, but Buddy Hield kind of proved to the NBA that he is a top 5 shooter in the league. We'll see, because he is in a contract year like a couple other of these players that I mentioned. So we'll see how he responds this year. Will he have a career year like he did last year? Will he keep improving? Or will he stay stagnant and maybe settle for not a max deal? But I heard he wants a max deal, so let's see if he can play like a max player. For the San Antonio Spurs, this is a player that did not play once in the 2018-19 season, and that is DeJounte Murray. Murray unfortunately tore his ACL before the season even started last year. A lot of people are saying that he's returning to his old form. He was one of the best young defenders at the point guard position in the league before his injury. I want to see if he can return to that form in the 2019-20 season. For the Toronto Raptors, it's Pascal Siakam. He had an incredible season last year as he did win Most Improved Player, but I want to see how he will do this year as the #1 without Kawhi Leonard. Let's see if he could take the mantle as the king of Toronto, as the future franchise player there. I'm very excited to see what Siakam does this year. For the Utah Jazz, they have a lot of interesting players and exciting players that you may want to see, but I just had to pick one, so I chose Mike Conley. I love Mike Conley. You guys know that. I still think he's super underrated. I think the Jazz are actually going to surprise a lot of people, as once they made these moves in the offseason, a lot of people said they would be a top 3 seed, but I think now not a lot of people are talking about them in the groups of the Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers, Lakers. I think the Jazz are going to be good. I'm very excited to see the backcourt of Mitchell and Conley. Conley and Gobert defending, pick and roll switches. Oh my God, that it's just going to be a sight to see. And yeah, Mike Conley's going to come in as my Utah Jazz pick. And finally, for the Washington Wizards, there's not a lot of exciting players on this team. Yeah, Rui Hachimura is going to be very interesting to watch as a rookie there, but it's Bradley Beal. I definitely want to monitor. We're all going to monitor if he's going to get traded or not, if he's going to pop up in rumors. But the dude played the most minutes in the league last year. If he does the same this year, he's going to be in store for another incredible year. So yeah, that is going to wrap up today's video. That was my one player from every team that I'm most excited to see next year. Or I guess I should say this year now. But yeah, let me know in the comments your 5 most anticipated players to watch next year. Try to make them kind of interesting. Don't say like LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Curry, Harden. I want to see some lower tier players, under the radar players in your list. And yeah, let me know any other one player from every team list you would like to see. But yeah, that's going to be for me. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.